Hey guys, what's up? Fierce Spock here, and I'm doing a tier list for Season 5, ranking the the Legends in Apex, and what tier I believe they belong in for having the best chance at succeeding, winning, and just getting lots of points in rank. So, if you were trying to get the Diamond, Master, maybe even Predator this season, lists such as mine or any other list on the internet will pretty much do. But yeah, so before I start listing the legends, I'm going to go through and explain what every tier means in order from worst to best. Okay, so the worst tier is waste of pick. These are legends that is just, they are not good for the team. They're not even good for themselves at all. It's just clearly a waste of pick, and there's just no point of choosing them. So if you're going to choose one of these legends in ranked, you probably shouldn't be surprised if you don't get lots of points. But I mean, if you have lots of skill with this legend, I guess you could be successful, but most people aren't extremely skilled at a legend to the point where they're considered a pro. So I'm just going off the average player and how they'd have a better chance. If you are extremely good with one of these low tier legends and you've had success, keep using them. But if you're if you're more a casual player and you play public matches more and you're trying to go switch over to rank, then this tier list is pretty much for you. The tier above it is overrated. These are legends that I see all the time that people use a lot. I don't know if they think to themselves that it's good, that the legend is good, or they just like using them. But these are legends that lots of people use, but just clearly are not really any good at all. So the tier above it's better for pubs, just what it sounds like. You're gonna have more success in public matches than you would in ranked. But these legends could be used in ranked, but like I said, a higher skill level would be required to succeed at a very high level. The second highest tier is a good replacement. These are legends. If you don't pick any of the top tier legends, you probably want to have one of these legends. These are very good legends that can do good in rank, that just aren't the very best, but they're close. Then in the rank tier called Key for Succeeding, just what it sounds like, the top of the notch, best, 99 overall, whatever you want to call them, the best legends in the game that will give you the highest chance of winning and getting lots of points. So let's start in the lowest, waste of pick. This is a legend that used to be very popular, but I haven't seen him that much this season due to a large nerf. And you probably know who it is. Pathfinder. Last season, he was a very popular legend, and he was pretty good, but just he's not as good this season with the big nerf, and his tactical passive isn't really that good. Like the times I've used Pathfinder, I've used his passive 4 to 5 times, and I've probably used him like 100 matches. So like his passive isn't very useful. They probably want to change that if they want people to start using him again. His tactical, which is the main part of the kit that you want to be the best, is not good anymore. They increased the wait time from 15 seconds to 35. So for 35 seconds, you have a large hitbox and you can't really do anything about it. Then his ultimate, it's good for getting your team from place to place, but I think you can't even call this an opinion. Wraith's Portal is definitely better because you're invisible, you can't get shot at, can't take any damage, or counting Storm, and you really can't hear it from that far away, so there's just better legends that can transport your team across the map. So, next tier is Overrated. The first legend in Overrated is Octane. I think everybody knows Octane is one of the worst legends in the game, but yet every game, pretty much, I managed to find at least 2 or 3 of them. It's like almost every squad is running an Octane, which makes no sense because if you really think about it, his tactical, I mean, yeah, I guess it could be fun and useful, and it's like ultimate may be a little fun, but if you're wanting to be successful in ranked, and you're like in the open field and you use your stem, that just makes it easier for the other team. That just saves a shot or two from make it where they have to hit you a little less for when you stem. In your ultimate, it's easy to get lasered out of the sky or sniped, so just overall, Octane's just not a good legend. The next legend in this category, where'd he go? Oh, is Revenant. He came into the game with a lot of hype and ended up throughout most of Season 4 being known as not really good legend. Everybody knew he was a bust from what they hyped him up to be. Then towards the end of the season, they buffed him. Everyone thought this was going to make him really good, but it's just, he's still not that good of a legend. His tactical is only useful on like 1 or 2 legends. If you're using Wraith or Bangalore, then I guess it's useful, or maybe Gibraltar, but if it's none of those 2 or Gibraltar, it's pointless, because Lifeline, I mean, it's not like she's going to need it to get out of a fight. Octane doesn't need a stem. Most legends just, it's not going to affect them really at all. But, I mean, so that's not very effective. And then his ultimate doesn't last long. So if in a bunch of the times where I've used a death totem, I go into a fight at midway, I full send because I know I have a second chance. But midway, like the death totem will run out and I'll get knocked. And they need to either increase the time and range, or just, I don't know. Then also when you come back out of the death totem, it's like you can't go into the fight because you have to heal, and you gotta sit back and wait 5 to 10 seconds to take your med kits and whatever else you need to take before you can go back in the fight. And at that time, the other team's already healed up from what you just did. So, I mean, he's just not good. And his passive, it's just pointless. The last legend in this tier, in my opinion, is Loba. I understand she's new to the game. Most people are just using her because she's new. I'm already seeing much less people using her, but I mean, her passive, it's really good. Her ultimate, it's pretty good. But her tactical, like I said, the most important part of the kit. If you don't have a good tactical, then pretty much why even use it? It's just not a good legend. It just pretty much brings them down overall. And her tactical, her bracelet, it sounds really good on paper, and I guess if you know how to use it correctly, it could be really good, but if you don't know how to use it correctly, like most players, it's just, you're going to get lasered most of the time when you throwing it. And then whenever you land, you're just going to get, everyone knows where you went to. It's really obvious. And they can see where you're going before you even get there. Okay, so the next tier is called Better for Pubs, which is better in public matches. These are players that are kind of more fun than helpful. First legend in this tier is Mirage. Last season, I would have put him in either, well, no one really used him last season, so I'd probably put him in waste of pick. But this season, he got a large rework. You can now control his decoys, which is really good. I'm working on making a video to help you, where you can like tell the difference of the decoy and the Mirage, because there is this difference, and I'm working on making that. But for now, he's pretty good legend. Not the best, but he's much better where he was. He doesn't really have any team comp. I mean, he's more of a solo kind of legend. Doesn't help his team out really at all. So that's why I say he's better for public matches. The next legend in this tier is Bloodhound. Bloodhound, he's good if you're in fight and you know a team's in a building and you want to see exactly what part's in the building. But if you're in a large area with lots of rocks and just caves and stuff, or what used to be Skull Town, it's not very useful because if they're 51 meters away, you won't see them, but they could be coming right at you and laser them. Yesterday when I was playing, I was just outside of a Bloodhound scan, and I was running towards him, and he didn't know I was there because it didn't scan me, and I was like 2 seconds later I was able to kill him because I was just right there. His ultimate makes him faster, and it's pretty good, but like I said, he's just overall just not the best. You could use him in ranked if you want, like in the lower ranks, maybe bronze, silver, and possibly gold, but past that, unless you have a really high skill cap, you don't really want to be using him. Okay, so the last legend and better for pubs is Bangalore. Bangalore is probably my secondary legend. I really like her, but if you can easily just defeat her with a digital threat, or just being able to go into the smoke in general, or having like a Bloodhound or a Crypto. And like, her ultimate doesn't do that much damage. Gibraltar's ultimate does a ton of damage. Each hit like pretty much takes out your whole shields. For Bangalore, you lose like 30 damage for a hit, and you may get hit twice at tops. So like, you throw it on your ult, you may hit someone for 60 at tops. So this, her passive double timing it is pretty useful, but I mean, she's just not the best legend to be using in rank. Okay, so the next tier is called a good replacement. Like I said, just people who are very good, but not the very best. So the first legend in this tier is Lifeline. She's very useful for a team, able to heal. She heals fast as her passive. She can give people health with her Doc healing drone, which is her tactical. And her ultimate it's a little worse than, it's quite a bit worse than, Loba, in my opinion. You can get, like, Loba, there's so many different options. Like, everything in the area you can find, but Lifeline is just 3 options. There's, like, 3 things. Usually, like, a scope, a med kit, and, like, a backpack, knockdown shield, or body shield. That's all those purple. So, her ultimate is good, but if it's like early to mid game and your team doesn't have all purple or higher bodies or backpacks, it could be useful, but other than that, her ultimate is just meh. So next, a good replacement, in my opinion, we have Crypto. Crypto is definitely better than Bloodhound, especially if you have both of your teammates near him, kind of covering him while he's droning. He can find where they are, and he can, like, from quite far ranges, he could EMP and make them lose like 70 shield, slow them down. Then while the other team is healing or still being slowed down, your team can full send in the building or wherever they are, and you ultimately have the advantage. And just also, it depends on skill. Like, if you are very good with Crypto, and you're like a pro player, maybe an Apex Predator or even Masters, he might be the best legend in the game. But for just casual players or people that aren't very, average, he's just a good replacement. The last legend in a good replacement, in my opinion, is Caustic. He had it's a pretty good buff, because now your teammates can see through the gas, and you can shoot the gas in a building if a team's rushing in and they're blinded, but your whole team can still see them, which is pretty good, in my opinion. And his gas, you can pretty much just block off an area, and it's not much they can do about it. You can heal in there, and it slows them down, they lose a bunch of it does a bunch of damage, and yeah. He's a very good legend, in my opinion. Okay, so the last tier, we have Key for Succeeding. And, I mean, it's kind of obvious the last 3 legends are going to be there. But still. So, I'm going to go in order from worst to best in this tier. So in my opinion, the worst out of the 3 is Watson. She is still a very, very good legend. She can block off areas. Her ultimate is very good. She's pretty much just a lifeline version, but for shields. She can give your team shields that can block doors and stuff. She can block areas. So if you want to hold a building, like late game in high ranked match, like high tier ranked matches, she is definitely a legend you want to have on your team. The next legend, in my opinion, the second best legend, is Gibraltar. His ultimate does a ton of damage. His tactical is a dome, which he can dome and throw ultimate on him, or he has like, he's just very good in that kind of category for like small zone. Just throw your ult and bubble, and there's not much enemies can do. Also, he has pretty much 2 passives. His first passive is his gun shield, where he has covers pretty much his whole body. Actually, he has 3 passives, but anyway, first one is a gun shield. It blocks pretty much most of his body, and if you crouch, you can only hit him in the head. If you don't hit headshots, then it's just going to hit his gun shield, and the gun shield can take up to 50 damage, which, that's like you having a gray body versus someone else that has a gold body. That's pretty much the comparison of how much he has more health pretty much than you. And his next passive is fast heals and reses in his dome. So it's pretty much lifeline speed. Whenever he's in his dome, he can res really quickly and heal very quickly. And I think his teammates can heal quickly in dome. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. And then his third passive is where he takes a little bit less damage since he has the biggest hitbox. It's like his damage is reduced just by a tiny bit. Not a lot, but just enough where he won't get lasered every time. Okay. In my opinion, best legend in Apex Legend is my main Wraith. What the heck? Why did this... Oh, hold up. Sorry, my tiers got messed up and good replacement somehow got on top of key for Suceeding. But yeah. No. Yes. Wraith is the best legend in Apex Legends. Her passive, in my opinion, is the best in the game. It tells you when there's Watson traps, caustic traps, when someone's aiming at you, there's people near you, if there's a sniper, if you're getting shot at from a distance, it can tell you if it's a sniper or not, so you know, not to be too worried, pretty much. But yeah, you don't even have to have headphones on, because she pretty much tells you if there's people near, on what's near. But, yeah, she's very, very useful. Her tactical, it's called Into the Void, I'm pretty sure, where she pretty much is invincible from storm damage, grenade damage, ultimate damage, getting shot at damage. She can't take any damage for 5 seconds. And she can move and stuff. And she could just go behind a rock or in a room, heal, or just better positioning, which is very, very good. And then her ultimate is Portal, where you can take your teams to places I think it's 150, 200 meters, something like that away. Same distance as a Pathfinder zip line. But you can take them and they can't take... When you're in it, you can't take damage. You're invisible. And you're just... It's just much better than a Pathfinder zip line. Okay, so if you made it to this part of the video, thank you. This is a very long video and... It's taken me so far 30 minutes to make it. So, but yeah. Thank you for staying here all this time. So, make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, comment below if you think I got them right or if you disagree with any of them. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.